Your dog follows you into every room, stares at you with those big eyes, and sometimes even brings you their favorite toy. Is that love or just hunger? Today, I'll show you 10 science-backed signs your dog truly loves you. Stay till number 7. It might make you cry. They can't say I love you, but sometimes you feel it. In every look, every tail wag, every time they follow you, even when they don't have to. This isn't just a story about animals. It's a story about devotion, about trust, about the quiet, unshakable bond between two souls, human and dog. Because when a dog loves you, it's forever. If you love dogs and want to understand them better, hit subscribe. We'll explain each sign, why it means love, and what the science says. Sign 1. They make eye contact and hold it. They say eyes are the windows to the soul, and when it comes to dogs, that couldn't be more true. When your dog looks into your eyes, not just a glance, but really looks calm, still, holding your gaze, something powerful is happening inside both of you. Deep in their brain, a tiny chemical called oxytocin starts to rise. It's the same hormone that bonds a newborn baby with their mother. That warm feeling in your chest, that's not imagination, it's biology. This isn't dominance or curiosity, it's connection. Scientists in Japan found that when dogs and their humans share eye contact for even 30 seconds, both release oxytocin, almost like an emotional handshake between species. Your dog is literally feeling love the same way you do. And it's not every dog either. Sign 2. They seek physical closeness. When your dog presses their body against you, leans on your leg, or curls up right beside you at the end of the day, it's not just cute, it's love and trust. In the dog world, physical closeness means safety. When they were puppies, they slept piled together, heartbeat to heartbeat, comforted by warmth and touch. You became that feeling for them. So when your dog rests their head on your lap or falls asleep on your feet, they're saying, without words, I feel safe with you. Dogs don't choose closeness with just anyone. In shelters, anxious or fearful dogs keep their distance. They avoid touch because they don't know if it's safe. But a dog that chooses to be near you, to press their fur against your side, to breathe in sync with you, they've chosen you as their pack, their comfort, their home. Every lean, every nudge, every cuddle is their way of grounding themselves in your presence. They can feel your warmth, your scent, your heartbeat, and to them, that's the world's safest place. So next time your dog curls up beside you, don't move away. Stay for a moment. Because to them, that touch isn't just affection, it's reassurance. It's saying, we're together. I belong to you, and you belong to me. That's what love feels like. Soft, silent, and wrapped in fur. Sign 3. Tail wags that mean hello. You've seen it 1,000 times, that tail wagging like a happy flag the second you walk through the door. But here's the secret. Not every wag means the same thing. A dog's tail is like their heart. It speaks a language of its own. When your dog wags their tail loose and low, with their whole body swaying, eyes soft, and maybe even a little happy wiggle, that's not just excitement. That's joy. That's their way of saying, you're my favorite human in the whole world. Science tells us dogs wag their tails differently depending on emotion. A wag more to the right means positive feelings, happiness, comfort, affection. A wag to the left can mean uncertainty or nervousness. So look beyond just the tail. Watch their eyes, their mouth, their posture. A tense, high wag with stiff legs, that's alertness. A soft, sweeping wag that moves their hips, that's love. Dogs don't fake joy. When your dog's whole body seems to dance when they see you, the tail becomes more than a tail. It becomes a heartbeat you can see. Each wag is a story, a hello, a thank you, a year back, and my world is right again. And when that wag greets you at the door, it's not just a reflex, it's the physical expression of pure, unfiltered happiness. So next time that tail starts swishing wildly, don't just smile. Crouch down, look them in the eyes, and let them know you understand. I missed you too. Because in your dog's world, a wagging tail is love in motion. Sign 4. They bring you gifts. Sometimes love doesn't come wrapped in ribbons. Sometimes it comes in the form of a slobbery tennis ball, a chewed-up sock, or that stick your dog proudly dragged in from the yard. When your dog brings you a gift, it might look funny, but in their world, it means everything. This simple act goes back thousands of years to their wolf ancestors who shared food and treasures with those they trusted most. In a pack, bringing something valuable was a sign of loyalty and unity. Your dog may not be hunting deer, but that toy in their mouth, that's their prize, and they're offering it to you. It's their way of saying, "You're part of my pack. I share what I love with the one I love." Dogs don't just give things away. In the wild, that behavior is reserved for family, for those they depend on, those they trust completely. So when your dog drops their favorite toy at your feet or lays a random gift beside you, they're not asking for a trade. They're inviting you into their heart. Sometimes it's not even about the object. It's about the moment, the shared attention, the joy of you noticing them. Because when you pick it up, smile, and play along, you complete the circle of love they started. In their eyes, that's how affection works, through giving, sharing, and tiny acts of connection. So next time your dog trots up with a sock in their mouth, don't just laugh, thank them. Because to them, that small, funny gift is really a message wrapped in fur and loyalty. You're my person, and I want to make you happy. That's love, playful, pure, and straight from the heart. Sign 5. They check on you. Have you ever noticed your dog checking on you, even when you didn't call them? You're sitting in another room, maybe working, cooking, or just thinking, and suddenly, there they are, quietly peeking around the corner, eyes soft, tail wagging slowly, as if to ask, "You okay?" That's not coincidence. That's love, expressed through watchfulness. Dogs are social creatures, wired to live in groups. In the wild, members of the pack always keep track of each other. Safety depends on knowing where everyone is. Your dog has carried that instinct into your home. You are their pack now. So when they come to check on you, they're making sure their world, you, are still safe. Researchers call it secure base behavior. It means your dog feels attached enough to relax when you're near, but uneasy when you're gone. They'll patrol the house, peek into rooms, listen for your voice, your footsteps, and when they find you, you'll see it. That tiny sigh of relief, that soft tail wag, that moment when their eyes meet yours and they quietly settle down beside you again. No barking, no drama, just silent loyalty. It's their way of saying, "I'm here, I'm watching over you, because you're my home." So next time your dog pads softly into the room, looks at you for a second, and walks away, know this: they weren't bored. They were making sure their world was still okay. That's love in its quietest form. Not loud, not flashy, just faithful. Sign 6. Joyful reunion. If you've ever been greeted by a dog, you already know what pure love looks like. You walk through the door and suddenly the world explodes in happiness. Their paws hit the floor, tails spin like propellers, eyes light up, body wiggling from nose to tail. They can't contain it. That's not just excitement. That's a reunion, the kind that says, "My favorite person in the entire universe is home." Scientists call this a reunion behavior. It's the truest, most visible sign of attachment between dogs and their humans. Studies show dogs experience a surge of oxytocin, the love hormone, when they see their person after being apart. Their heart rate jumps, their breathing quickens, and their entire body responds with joy. But here's what's even more beautiful. When you kneel down, open your arms, and greet them back with that same warmth, your oxytocin rises too. It's a chemical love loop. Two souls reconnecting in perfect sync. Watch their tail, their eyes, their joy. There's no pretending there. Dogs don't fake love, they feel it. Every spin, every jump, every happy bark is their way of shouting, "You're back, you came home, my world makes sense again." And even if you've only been gone for 10 minutes, to them, it felt like forever. Because in their heart, Time without you doesn't tick the same way. So the next time you walk through that door and your dog greets you like you've returned from a lifetime away, don't brush it off. Get down on their level. Let them jump. Let them kiss. Let them remind you what unconditional love really looks like. That moment, right there, is the definition of home. Sign 7. They read your emotions. They can't speak your language, but somehow they always know what you're feeling. The truth is, dogs don't just see us, they sense us. When you're sad, they move closer. When you're stressed, they tilt their head and study your face. When you're hurting, they rest their paw on your knee or quietly lean against your leg. No words, no noise, just presence. Scientists have discovered that dogs can detect tiny chemical changes in our bodies. The scent of stress hormones, the rhythm of our breathing, even the tremble in our voice. They read us like open books, not with judgment, but with compassion. In one study, dogs were shown to approach their crying owners faster than those who were just humming or talking. Why? Because they could feel the pain, and they wanted to help. That's empathy. Raw, instinctive, unconditional empathy. And it's not just sadness. They celebrate with us too. Tails wagging faster when we laugh, bodies bouncing when we're excited, quiet and calm when we're tired. It's as if their hearts are tuned to the same frequency as ours. Dogs don't need to understand words to understand love. They feel it in your energy, your voice, your body, your silence. So the next time you're down and your dog comes over to sit beside you, don't push them away. Let them be your comfort. Because to them, loving you means feeling you. Every joy, every ache, every quiet tear. That's what makes their love so rare. It's not about what you say, it's about what they feel in their heart when they feel yours. Sign 8. They mirror you. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to move with you? You yawn, they yawn. You sit down, they settle beside you. You start to relax, their breathing slows too. It's not a coincidence, it's connection. Dogs mirror the people they love. They learn your routines, your moods, even your body language, until their world starts to move in rhythm with yours. Scientists call it behavioral synchronization. It's what happens when two beings share a deep social bond. They begin to mirror each other's energy and emotion. In one study, dogs mirrored their owner's stress and heart rate, their bodies literally feeling our feelings. When you're calm, they're calm. When you're anxious, they sense it. When you laugh, they wag faster. Because joy is contagious between hearts that trust each other. This mirroring isn't about imitation, it's empathy in motion, an unspoken dance between two souls who've learned to move as one. Think about it. Your dog has spent years studying you, how you walk, how you breathe, how you speak. They've memorized your patterns so deeply that they can anticipate what you'll do next. When you stand up, they follow. When you sigh, they tilt their head. When you lie down to rest, they curl up nearby, perfectly in tune. Because in their heart, you are the center of their world, and syncing with you is how they stay connected. It's how they say, I'm with you, I understand you, I'm part of you. That's love, not just in emotion, but in every step, every breath, every mirrored moment. Sign 9. They protect you. Love isn't always soft. Sometimes love stands guard. When your dog positions themselves between you and a stranger or barks at a sudden noise, they're not being overprotective. They're saying, you're my pack. I'll keep you safe. Dogs are wired to protect what they love. In the wild, wolves defend their pack. And in your living room, your dog carries that same ancient loyalty. But protection isn't always loud or fierce. Sometimes it's quiet. It's the way they follow you from room to room, checking where you are. The way they stand in the doorway at night, eyes half open, ears tuned to every sound. They may not understand every threat, but they understand one truth. Their heart beats to keep you safe. Some dogs go further. They nudge you when you're about to faint, sense your anxiety before it surfaces, or bark when something feels off. Science shows that dogs can detect changes in human scent, caused by fear, stress, even illness. It's as if their love turns them into emotional guardians, protectors not just of your body, but of your peace. And it's not about dominance or control, it's about devotion. Because in your dog's eyes, you're more than their owner. You're their world. And protecting that world is the most natural act of love they know. So when your dog steps forward, alert and brave, remember, they're not being defensive. They're being devoted. Love wears many faces, and sometimes it looks like a guardian in fur, watching over you quietly in the dark. Sign 10. They wait for you. Love doesn't need grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple and as powerful as waiting. Every time you leave the house, your dog feels that tiny ache, a silence where your presence used to be. And yet, they don't give up. They wait, at the door, by the window, on the mat where your scent still lingers. Their world pauses until you return. To us, it's just a few hours. To them, it's forever. And when you come back, that explosion of joy, that uncontrollable tail, that pure light in their eyes, it's not just excitement, it's relief. It's love that's been holding its breath, finally exhaling. Studies show dogs can tell how long you've been gone, not by counting minutes, but by how your scent fades in the air. They memorize your rhythm, your routine, your footsteps, every sound that means you're home. That's why even years later, dogs remember the people they loved and wait for them, long after time has moved on. Some wait at doors, some at windows, some even at graves. Because to a dog, love isn't about time, it's about faith. Faith that you'll come back. Faith that you still love them. Faith that waiting is worth it. So when you walk through that door and they run to you as if you've been gone forever, remember this. To them, you were, and every second of that wait was filled with love. So tonight, before you go to bed, look at your dog. Really look, and remember, you may only be a part of their life, but to them, you are their whole life. And that is what love looks like. Which sign surprised you most? Drop a comment with your dog's one love move. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share with a fellow dog lover. See you next day for 15 ways your dog tells you they're stressed.